Hey guys, Francesca Amato here with Punish for Protecting Inc. I wanted to come on here. For those of you that don't know me, I am an award-winning legal advocate and my work is nationwide. I do see in the comments many times where you ask if I work in your state, and the answer to that is yes. I have an expert background in the Americans with Disabilities Act, as well as I'm credentialed as an expert in human rights. My team and I have a multifaceted background in domestic violence and child abuse, and most importantly, navigating the corruption of the family court and CPS. And if you need help anywhere else, such as law enforcement issues, whether it be work-related, education-related, or wherever you need your rights invoked. We are not bar member associated. We are not bar members. We are not attorneys. We have a separate and distinct job, and we work sometimes alongside them and sometimes without them completely. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here because I thought this was quite interesting and I thought you'd enjoy this. Why is it that family court uses CPS workers to investigate cases in family court matters when they don't care about the protection of children? Let me say that again. I have been court watching judges all over this country for 17 and a half years, all over the entire country. There's probably not a courtroom that I have not been in. If there is, I'd be pretty shocked after all this time. And I see them giving children to abusers. CPS is on the case, and parents are jumping through hoops to correct whatever false allegation has been said about them. But if you go into the next courtroom, you're going to see a case where someone is a severe addict who's maybe getting 4 and 5 DWIs with the children in the car, who, is in and out of jail or whatever the case may be, and they're getting full custody without any questions asked. Do you see the issue here? Now, I call CPS Child Predator Services. And the reason I call it that is because they're not protecting children all over this country. So, I ask again, why are the judges using CPS to evaluate cases to see if there's any abuse when they're intentionally court ordering children into the homes of abusers? And this also exists more so in foster care homes, where children go through at least 20 homes a year when they're placed into the foster care system, and they are abused and re-abused in these homes. Now, obviously, I'm not asking you this question because I don't know the answer. I'm asking it to make you think. And for the judges that watch my program, and the CPS workers and the attorneys, we're on to you, and we've been on to you for a very, very, very long time. Sadly, too long. So what do? Well, you can go right here to the link on my website, Book a Talk with Francesca. Be sure to watch the video that's there and fill out the contact form. My scheduling coordinator will get you scheduled as soon as possible. We will take you through an intake, and then you will have a session with me. I will go over your entire case, and we will start using the protective barrier of federal protections that you have to save you and your family from this very diabolical system. So the answer to the question that I asked earlier is, why do they use them? It's just so that they can make the court system look like a semblance of a court, and like they care about the protection of children. But in reality, they definitely do not. You see, the more children are endangered and abused through the system, the more bread and butter, the more money they can bring in through the system. It doesn't matter if you're from a rich family or a poor family. You will be treated equally wrong in the family court. The more money you have, the more they can take from you. The less money you have, the more they take from federal funding. So either way, court systems are making money off of the backs of your children. This is something that we must rise up as a nation and fight against. Do everything imaginable to protect American families within our borders, because the most dangerous place on earth is the family court, and where they're holding hands and skipping down the road with child predator services. And unfortunately, law enforcement that takes an oath to the Constitution and an oath to serve and protect you and I do not do so. It is very unfortunate. I'm sure many officers go into that line of duty because they have a real desire to care about justice and law and order. However, your job is not to defend the judges and the court orders. Your job is to protect the innocent, to protect and serve the families that pay your taxes, pay our taxes, and pay your wages. And when you're supporting taking children and ripping them from homes without any due process whatsoever, and then they'll ask questions later in a court, and then they just completely, the case just gets more and more convoluted. You, as law enforcement, are actually aiding and abetting this criminal system. This system has gone on for many decades, and little by little, we are taking it down. It has been a lot of work over the years. I'm at this literally relentlessly. I have been doing this work tirelessly for 17 and a half years. I've worked with assemblymen. I've spoken before Congress. I've spoken at numerous media outlets and written 2 books, and I'm actually on my 3rd now. We educate through classes. We have an amazing team that goes to court with you all over the entire country. We do so many things that are just cutting edge and just a little different than what you would think to do. We do. We manage to find ways to protect your children and either A, make sure they never get taken by this diabolical system, or B, we work as hard as we can to get them back into your loving care. So much so that I had 2 Facebook pages that were I was locked out of, even though I had my proper username and my password. So I'm on a 3rd now Facebook page. And my TikTok account, which was just climbing in numbers, was banned several months ago and then restored out of the blue. And then as the numbers started climbing again, it just got banned again like 4 days ago. So if you think you're following me on that page, you're not. So I'd like you to go ahead and follow me on this page now. We also have something that's called Alternative to Family Court. Listen, guys, if you can agree with each other to get the heck out of family court, we have the answers for you and the best way to protect and secure not just your family, your children, but everything that's important to you, like your jobs and your businesses. And if you've never been in family court before, definitely go to the website and find the spot that talks about Alternative to Family Court so that you never have to start putting your children or yourselves through such a horrible, 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 and irresponsible system. A system that is literally destroying the lives of children. It affects the mental health of an entire nation. I've often talked about the fact that little Johnny could be taken out of a home and his best friend could live across the street, and that those children will never see each other again because of the system. So it's not just like your biological family that suffers, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the siblings, but it's also the neighbors, kids. It's just an absolutely sick system. It saddens me to see that this is still continuing in 2025, that we still having to spread the word that this is the most evil system on the planet. It really, really is. So you can if you need help, you can go to Book a Talk, and they also help you with your service dogs, service animals. We have such a great and extensive amount of services that we provide for our clients. And like I said, we can work with your attorneys, or you can work alone without your attorneys. But we do an extensive intake and then session just to start getting ready to delve into your case. You shouldn't go in blindly. You shouldn't go in alone. And sadly, a lot of people feel like they're very, very alone, whether they have a court-appointed attorney or even if they're paying for their attorneys. There's very few and far between that actually care about even their own reputations anymore because the money's just too good to care about you. The more they keep you in limbo, the longer they get paid. That's what it's all about. It's really sad. But we have to save America's children. We must save America's children and America's families. And that's what we're here for, Punished for Protecting Incorporated. I also have 2 best-selling books. One is called I Survived a Narcissist, You Can Too. That's my latest. And my first book is Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court, that tells you about my true story, having to deal with a crazy judge and how we succeeded. So again, thank you. And if you need help, again, just go to Book a Talk at Punished, the number 4, beingaparent.com. Please, whatever you do, do not go in this alone. Believe me when I tell you. I've had clients tell me just for the sanity alone of being able to talk to an advocate makes all the difference in the world.